Okay, in this mock draft, I went defensive interior first just to see if I could force people to start drafting defensive interior. I think the Chargers defensive side, they also do need to get younger and maybe have higher quality of talent because they did lose Bosa and Mac's getting, not sure what's going to happen with Mac, but he's older. So TJ Sanders did pretty well at the combine. He's 6'4", 297, 31.5 inch jump, 9'4 broad, 7'7" cone, 4.6 yard shuttle. First round, a lot of defensive tackles went edges. In the second round, I went with JT Tuimoloau, edge at Ohio State. He is 6'4", 265, 7th heaviest edge behind Jared Ivey, Landon Jackson, Elijah Roberts, Ashton Gillotte, Ahmad Hassanein, Tyler Batty. He has 39 stops, 38 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 51 total pressures. And in that round, 4 wide receivers, 4 defensive tackles, 5 edges. Kind of like the wide receivers who went in that round. Jack Besh, Alec Ao Minor, Elijah Arroyo as tight end. Trey Harris, Mason Taylor, Jalen Royals. So that's the third. That's between my second pick and the third pick. I like all those guys because if you look at the deep area and you sort it by passer rating, Elijah Sarad is up there. He might be a good option. Rondé Gatson for tight end is a good option. Jalen Royals is up there. Trey Harris, Jalen Knoll, Xavier Strepo, Mecca Ibuka, Jacoby George did well at the combine. He had a 130, only 8 for 18. Arian Smith out of Georgia. In terms of the intermediate area, if you sort it by passer rating, so yeah, in the intermediate area, if you sort it by passer rating, Gunnar Helm had 12 of 17. The intermediate area was only 2 for 5 though. Contested catches. Trey Harris kind of is good in both deep. I believe he was good in deep. Yeah, so he was good in deep as well, 140, and he was good in intermediate as well, 153. And he has a high block grade, so he's kind of your good all-around wide receiver. 1 for 3 in contested catch intermediate, and 4 for 6 in intermediate as well. Jalen Knoll. Pat Bryant had the highest rating in the intermediate area, so I went ahead and waited and got him. But some of the other ones is Ja'Cory Brooks, Jack Besh, Kobe Hudson, who's 5 for 8. He has a lot of drops though. 3 drops. Rondé Gatson, Harold Fannin. Rondé Gatson was good in deep and intermediate. Xavier Strepo is good in intermediate. 116. I don't see him on the deep area. Mecca Ibuka, Jackson Meeks. So if you go to, say we want one to make sure they have a good run blocking grade. So if I do greater than 59. So Trey Harris, Jackson Meeks, Jack Besh, Pat Bryant, Harold Fannin, Jaden Higgins, Trevor Pena, Dante Thornton, Isaac Tesla, Xavier Strepo, Jalen Knoll. If you want one that has a good pass route rate, route number, let's do higher than 75. If you want to look at catch percentage, Pat Bryant only had a 69% catch percentage. In contested catches, he was 69% though. So just for purposes of drafting differently, I went ahead and went with a safety in round 3, Lathan Ransom. So he allowed 21 receptions, has 25 stops, 63 tackles, 7 tackles for loss. They targeted him 30 times, 5 pressures, only allowed 1 TD, only allowed 272 yards, 94 after catch, and 13 yards per reception. That's with Ohio State, so he's facing the top tier competition. I think he's like 6'1", 202, so he didn't test at the combine. So yeah, 6 foot, 206. So then I went with Pat Bryant, who I already talked about. He has a good blocking grade. 6'3", 208, 14.4 ADOT, 69% catch percentage, 69 contested catch percentage. Didn't test terribly well. Did have a 21.82 top speed in the 40-yard dash. Had a 156 split, 4th highest, max acceleration, 6th highest. That's probably why he was only good in the intermediate and not deep. But yeah, he's 6'2", 204, only a 4'6", but he has a 37.5 inch vertical and 10.4 broad jump. His broad jump is decent. It's up there close to Trey Harris, Jack Besh, Dante Thornton. Displayed rapid movement over the last 3 seasons, clever at creating route leverage out of his release, does a nice job reading cornerbacks' hips and feet in his routes, use frame and hard work to create separation from tight man coverage. Competitive and urgent, 5'8" for contested catches, excellent body control, positioning, and focus on fades. High points throws with full extension and dead ends feet near the boundary. Production took a noticeable dip in the best competition, lacks acceleration, top end speed, doesn't have bursting and real separation out of turns, had problems with bad focus drops in 22 and 23, offers below average run after catch ability, could use additional strain in his run blocking on the perimeter. So again, he was 15 for 24 in the intermediate area, only 309 yards, 3 touchdowns, 6 of 2 in contested catches, no drops in that area, 5 missed tackles forced, 15 first downs for a rating of 145.8. Could be like a Keenan Allen. And the reason someone like that would help McConkey, because McConkey has really good straight line speed as well as QJ, so it would help be better in the intermediate area since Herbert only had a 108 in the intermediate area in terms of passer rating. So it could be a good late round 4 option. Then in round 5, I went Kobe King to add depth to the linebacker room. He had 46 stops, 74 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, 30 targets, 16 total pressures, allowed 251 yards after the catch, 12.9 yards per reception, allowed a total of 349 yards, only 1 touchdown, 1 pass breakup. Had a not a very good coverage grade of 65, overall grade of 83. Denny Stutzman might be a better option, or Jay Higgins. Faster than a 7.15 3-cone is considered good. Faster than 6.9 is elite. No one ran faster than 6.9 3-cone. So Maui Goa, Knight, Shamar James, and Jay Higgins all ran faster than a 7.15 or equal to. Maui Goa ran a 4.6. Shamar James ran a 4.6. Bam Martin Scott had the fastest short shuttle top speed at 13.39, but overall time of 4.5. Now we go ahead a 4.2 overall. Shamar James out of Florida had a 4.2. Demetrius Knight had the best top speed and ran a 4.5. Finished Jihad Campbell second, 4.5. Cam Medrano had the third highest top speed and a 4.4. Demetrius Knight definitely has the all-around attributes. Then I went with Miles Frazier, who has flexibility in a lot of different positions. 6'6", 317, only ran a 5'2", 31-inch vertical jump, 9-inch broad jump, 27 bench press. So it's a 4-year starter who classifies as a physical short area guard with satisfactory height, arm, weight, and length. Frazier has knockback, pop, and capable of mauling in tight spaces. His short pulls and lead blocks around the end are solid. Difficulties with reach blocks and second-level cutoffs on stretch plays could cause zone teams to scratch him. He possesses adequate range and foot quickness and protection and is fairly clear-eyed to recognize gaming fronts. His hand placement is average and is tight in his knees, which could be a concern for his anchor. So he's kind of strong, but he's kind of slow. But he does bring position flexibility. He did play left guard in 2022, played right guard in 23 and 24, a little bit at right tackle. Then I went with Jalen Conyers. He had a decent athleticism score at 82. He ran faster than 4.75, which is good. Vertical jump is higher than a 35, which is elite. And he had a 3-cone faster than 7, which is elite. His run blocking grade, it wasn't all that great at 59. He's kind of on the small end at 6'4", 242, 7.4 average depth of target, 4 avoided tackles, 71 catch percentage, 60 contested catch percentage, which is 6 for 10. Dropped 2 passes, 13 first downs, 2 penalties. Pass route rate, his pass route grade, 68.3. Hit a 113 when targeted, 5 touchdowns, only 320 yards. So good athleticism score, not great production score. In round 6, I went with Dante Thornton. He's nearly 6'5", 4'3". I went with Clay Webb. Clay Webb looked decent at the Senior Bowl. He ran a 5'1", which is really good. 172, 31-inch, 8'11 broad, 4'9 shuttle, and 29 bench press. He signed with Georgia as a top-rated center recruit, but transferred to Jacksonville State after seeing limited action over 3 seasons. Played guard for JSU, but needs to move back to center due to lack of mass and length. His core strength makes him tough to knock around in protection and has solid against twists. He's athletic move blocker and creates push down blocks, but stepping up against bigger, longer opponents will challenge his consistency. Smooth, athletic, climbs the linebackers, accelerates into and through contact, generating movement, below standards for height, length at center, can be put in neutral by longer opponents. NFL bull rush like to dent his anchor. Only has played left guard. He's a former 5-star recruit and state champion wrestler. Webb is a grinder who has athleticism and attitude to give himself a chance to win the run game. The short arms and mediocre strength could cap his ceiling in pass protection. So Slater, Clay Webb. Clay Webb had he's tied for the fastest 10-yard split, 5th highest 40 time, tied for 3rd highest vertical jump. So 6'3", 312, 32-inch arms, 3rd highest top speed in the short shuttle top speed. Then I went with CJ Dipree. I've talked about him before, and then Jared Harrison Hunt. Average grade for that was 73.